So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. Looking forward to seeing this, a capacity crowd here.
Well, with nothing resting on this, Peter, I'm hoping that there'll be more impetus for the players to just enjoy the game with the pressure off, try out a few different things, and we get something open and free-flowing.
There's the whistle. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Some of the greatest who have played the game have described Frankie de Jong as a player who can define an era. The way he holds on to the ball, absorbs pressure, creates space. There's much more than a passing resemblance to some of the former greats.
Yes, getting the best out of him will count for so much. What a throw in. Dani Olmo. Valde. And back out it comes. Eric Garcia knocks it out wide. Out towards the flank. In again. Barcelona have reclaimed it. There's the shot! That was superb goalkeeping.
Ferran Torres actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
They've played it short. And that has been cleared. Kubasi, aim forwards, defending of the desperate variety. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Alvarez, looking here to chip it through. Simeone, deftly away. And it's Griezmann. Koke. Griezmann. Eric Garcia. Dani Olmo. Martin, gently down. Dani Olmo. Now it's Ferran Torres. Lookman proves just a little bit too strong. Kubasi. Eric Garcia. Yamal. Barcelona ran themselves into the proverbial cul-de-sac there. That's really well manoeuvred. Griezmann. Lookman. Played in by Lookman. And he shoots! That's really well cleared. Clipped into space. And that's been won straight back. Simeone. Oh, it's a great ball here. Eric Garcia. Balde. Fermin. And it's Olmo. Yamal. Things have been frenetic in the early part of this game. A lot of action high up the pitch. Simeone. And now the breakaway. Oh, a delicate chip through. Balde with the clearance. Nicely shaped cross. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Eric Garcia. Moved on forwards. Ferran Torres.
Well, I'm starting to see much more movement off the ball now, Peter, which is obviously a big plus.
And surely more options then for the man on the ball.
Well, you would think so, and I think also we're going to see them just wear their opposition down and force mistakes. They can be quite relentless.
Dani Olmo. Dani Olmo takes a shot. No, he's missed it.
Barcelona, that was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
Tries a deft little ball. Balde gets over and intercepts. Eric Garcia. Oh, good spread. Lookman. Alvarez. Great defending, strong and determined. Kubasi. Maybe goalless, but it is not without interest.
Yeah, the tempo is strong and the game has flair and lots of potential for me.
Simeone. Llorente. Out to the right. He's in plenty of space here. Llorente. And Simeone. Looking for a decent ball in. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Dani Olmo. Yamal. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. And they can counter here. Lookman. Alvarez! Incoming this time, surely! He's delivered all right! The breakthrough strike! Oh, super header, wonderfully acrobatic.
Yeah, a diving header is always a pleasurable sight, and that was just about perfect.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
Yamal. Griezmann does really well to win the ball there. Dani Olmo. And here's Ferran Torres. And that was very necessary. Referee's given a throw. It's gone out for a throw-in. And it's Olmo. Balde. He is just caressing the ball. He's got options in the box if he gets his head up. Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
Lookman! Brilliantly cut out. Ferran Torres. Yamal. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal. Applies the finish! He's done very well to get to that.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
And it's been taken short. Now it's Lopez. Fermin, and he's gone backward here. Ferran Torres. Balde climbs up big! No mistake! That is a fine goal, really efficiently done.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited for me. Now they can go one better, possibly.
And it's Balde. Simeone do have a chance to counter here. Alvarez shifted upfield. Lookman. Searching pass he's played there. Keeper's got good distance on that. Simeone. Fermin. Oh, nicely intercepted. Played out wide. And it's played forward. And it's Olmo. Eric Garcia. Getting on for a third of the way through the game. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. And he's managed to get free.
Really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
And here's Alvarez. Lookman. Oh, nice touch. Aimed in towards the centre. And the keeper has it. Played into space. He's going to be disappointed with that. And it's Lopez. Dani Olmo. Dani Olmo! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Dani Olmo is offering a wry smile there.
Griezmann. Lookman! It's a fine run and he's happy to keep going. Played in again. That is a brilliant interception. Now who's going to be first to this? Over to the left. And it's Koke. Kubasi. De Jong. Dani Olmo. Balde. And here's Alvarez. Alvarez played out towards the right wing. It's run loose here. And that's a throw-in. Llorente. Oh, that's a clever-looking ball. Can he get onto this? Balde gets across to intercept that. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Koke makes the interception. Llorente. Griezmann. Koke. Koke forwards and with intent. Eric Garcia. Moved on forwards. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Eric Garcia is the guilty party there. Koke, probing pass. Griezmann plays it short. Koke played with finesse. And that has been cleared. Griezmann goes short. Oh, sweet feet. Can he deliver? And it's Koke. And here's Alvarez. That's tidy. And here's Griezmann. Oh, it's come loose. He can get that clear. Played into the middle. Tries to get it clear. And here's Koke. And the ball's come loose here. Might be danger here. Oh, shooting chance! Balde clears it away. And he cuts out the supply. And it's played forward. Koke wins the duel this time. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Ferran Torres. Out to the left it goes. Lopez. Balde. Oh, it's played into the area. Too long and over the line. That's really well manoeuvred. Llorente. Simeone. This interception, his positioning was spot on. And it's Lopez. it's Lopez. Fermin, now here's the delivery. Gets it away. That's going to go a long way. And the whistle goes for half-time. So it's all square. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. Barcelona get the ball rolling in the second half. De Jong. Dani Olmo. Ferran Torres. Griezmann given the lift of his goal. Alvarez looks to get on the end of this. Eric Garcia. Kubasi. Martin. Dani Olmo. Eric Garcia shifted upfield. Yamal is offering some sort of an apology there.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Llorente. Simeone. Alvarez. Lookman. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Lookman. Lobbed in behind. And they've got rid. Aim forwards. Kubasi. Dani Olmo. Dani Olmo is sporting a guilty look after that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Moved on forwards. Now that's well seen too. Balde. Eric Garcia. Griezmann. Llorente. Simeone. Now it's Alvarez. Alvarez chips it through. Llorente. Llorente. Koundé tries to clear. Great defending, strong and determined. Chance for a shot! Griezmann with the short one. Griezmann. So who's he picking out? Cleared away. Now it's Ferran Torres. And he's running through. And it's Balde. Yamal. And here's Ferran Torres. Danger averted for now.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Back into the middle. Dani Olmo. And here's Yamal. And he's there to get it away. And that is out of play. And here's Lopez. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. And it's Lopez. Hit into the middle. Deflected behind for a corner kick. Surely now! Went with his head but couldn't steer it in.
Ferran Torres clearly knew where that was falling. He'll be disappointed he didn't put it away.
Griezmann. And it's played forward. Simeone is onto it in a flash. Simeone. Dani Olmo. Ferran Torres. Now it's Yamal. Decent progress down the left. Fermin. And here's Dani Olmo. And here's Ferran Torres. Great chance! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Well, he looks a little annoyed with himself, Peter, but he hit it well enough. Better look next time, maybe.
Lookman. Koundé cuts it out. Dani Olmo. Yamal. Fermin. Yamal. Now this could be a chance. Koke forwards and with intent. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. And it's Olmo. Nice looking ball. It's a goal kick. That's really well manoeuvred. Koke. And it's played forward. Griezmann. Lookman. And here's Alva. Goes for the shot!
Well, even for him, that may have been a touch ambitious. Ferran Torres really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Griezmann. Quality ball. Well timed, excellent interception. Martin. Long ball by the goalkeeper. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Aim forwards. He's on it, can he get away? And here's Alvarez! Herring after the ball here. And it's Llorente. Not much subtlety about that challenge. Well, the whistle's gone, what's he given? No, the referee's judged that the offence took place outside the area.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal now.
Goal, a finish of true class, and they get themselves in front. That was beautiful, something close to genius. So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? Kubasi. Valde. Oh, it's a searing run. He is a man on a mission. Oh, lovely feet. He is such a good mover.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
They're coming again and again.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Oh, it's come loose. Fermin does really well to win the ball there. That has been cut short. A noticeable change in the approach to defending here. Much more in your face.
Yeah, it very much looks like this defence has learned from its errors now.
And it's Griezmann. Griezmann. Balde getting this one clear. And he thumps it clear. Simeone. Lovely bit of skill. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. Coquet. So there's going to be another change here. Pedri. Eric Garcia. And he's on a charge. Balde. Eric Garcia. Dani Olmo. That has been knocked clear. Throw in.
Lewandowski really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Martin. Hoisted upfield by the keeper. Well read, nice interception. And it's Olmo. Yamal. Now it's Lewandowski.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Driven forward. Pau Kubasi cuts out the pass. Eric Garcia. Oh, played right into his path. Can he finish? Koundé attempts a clearance.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Llorente. Now it's Simeone. He has found the way through.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Llorente. Griezmann. Lookman. And here's Alvarez. Out towards the flank. Lovely feet. A chance to play it in. Oh, really cute. What a lovely series of passes. And it's Griezmann. And here's Alvarez! And that would have been game, set and match.
Oh, what a stunning save. Absolutely tremendous, and he's kept his team in it.
And that has been clubbed away. Time for a change in personnel.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Baina gets into some space. And that's been repelled. That has been knocked clear.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Dani Olmo. Kubasi. Eric Garcia. Kubasi. Griezmann looking for a runner.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
He's gone for goal! And somehow he managed to miss it.
Just got too eager there, I think, Peter. Had half an eye on the two-goal cushion.
A couple of changes then in quick succession.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
Dani Olmo. Great defending, strong and determined. Dani Olmo has been caught there, it's a foul. And he's there to clear it. They are right into last chance territory. Dealt with nicely by the defence.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Barrios. I think we're just about done here. And it's Baina. And here's Alvarez. Alvarez. Chance!
Alvarez just can't be faulted for taking on the opportunity. That sort of distance is usually up his street.
Pedri.
There's only one word for this. It's baffling. That team needs to figure out where the ball needs to be, and it's not there.
Griezmann. Koke. Baina. Baina. And the shot! Big relief, it just needed better contact. Now some movement on the bench, and we are going to see a change.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
And here's Alvarez. Simeone. He's found a way through. He'll try to keep this alive. Could be danger here.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Pedri looks to get on the end of this. Pedri. Spread out to the left. Over to the left. We are into stoppage time. Played out wide. Showing good feet. Played back in. De Jong. So time is nearly up. One final twist, perhaps. Now, what about a counter-attack? Calmly anticipates. With official showing that there will be 3 minutes of added time. Barcelona have to get it into the box and quickly. Balde. Oh, such a clever touch. Barcelona could have here their final chance. They've played it short. And here's Pedri. Final seconds, this has to be it. Casado knocks it out wide. Yamal. De Jong. Moved on forwards. And there goes the final whistle. Well, that was good. A terrific advertisement for attacking football. Both sides glad to trade blows, to set out always only to win. And it came down to one decisive moment. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Well, I think the manager can take a great deal of satisfaction with this win.
So it's away we go then. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, this fella, Alejandro Balde, is a defender who's been coached in the ways of the beautiful game. He's very good as a defender, but he has an inner desire to...
That's surely a foul. Free kick. Koundé gets his final warning.
He just needs to find the control button on his aggression before the ref does it for him, Peter.
That's a nicely weighted pass. It is a corner. Balde can get it clear. Ferran Torres going full tilt down the left. Delivered with swing. And he's there to clear it. Alvarez. And reclaimed it in a trice. Griezmann, oh, good spread. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
It'll be a throw-in. Alvarez. Played out to the right. Simeone looking to run onto it. Llorente. Llorente with bullish header! And the keeper couldn't hold it. And it's Olmo. Shoots! Oh, that was no routine save.
Danny Olmo clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Llorente gets rid without sophistication. Kubasi. Fermin. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. Lopez. Oh, good ball. Eric Garcia. And here's Ferran Torres! Too close for comfort. Cuts out the supply. Moved on forwards. Koundé. De Jong. Kubasi. Pau Kubasi. Forwards and with intent. Koke. Kubasi. That's really well manoeuvred. Eric Garcia. Played out wide. And it's Olmo. Out towards the flank. Eric Garcia. And here's Yamal. It's been a pretty frantic start. A lot of front foot pressing. And here's Ferran Torres. Forward tracking back like that, always appreciated by the crowd.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
Tries a measured ball. A corner it is then. He's going to be disappointed with that. Oh, it's come loose. Knocks it out wide. Now it's Simeone. Aimed in towards the centre. De Jong clears it away. Griezmann with the short one. And here's Griezmann. Griezmann. And the finish! It's anyone. And one more try! A real chance and a real let-off.
Oh, the least he could have done, Peter, was hit the target, and he's failed that test.
Koundé. Barcelona just doing what they're good at. Possession-based football. It's lovely.
Nice to watch. Yeah, it's all about passing in little intricate triangles, trying to force a few of their opponents out of position and then exploit the space.
Balde. Eric Garcia. Tries a deft little ball. Simeone was only too happy to help out in defence.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
And that's played in low.
Well, they're clearly focusing on that right side, Peter. That's where the crosses are coming from, where the danger lies. Look, it's the width that's providing this momentum, and they look set to further exploit. Gives the defence a decision to make, whether to go zonal or man-to-man now.
Martin. And it's Lopez. Balde goes on a run down the left wing. Played into the middle. And it's hoisted clear. Now it's Lopez. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. And here's Ferran Torres. Griezmann. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Been one straight back. Now it's Simeone. Koke. Out to the right. Simeone's cross.
Well, they're clearly focusing on that right side, Peter. That's where the cross is.
No, he's not played the ball, that's a foul. Does really well to win the ball there. And here's Yamal. De Jong wins the duel this time. Oh, sweet feet. And he's well positioned here. And it's played forward. Well timed, excellent interception. Simeone, and they can counter here. Thinks one through. Balde can get it clear. In by Llorente. That's well blocked, and back out it comes.
Well, they're clearly focusing on that right side, Peter. That's where the crosses are coming from, where the danger lies.
Look, it's the width that's providing this momentum, and they look set to further exploit.
Gives the defence a decision to make, whether to go zonal or man-to-man now.
And here's Lopez, big chance! Denied by an instinctive save.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
And it's been taken short. And it's De Jong. Cross needs to be good. Dealt with nicely by the defence. De Jong goes short. Balde. Griezmann aim forwards. Simeone chips it through. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Kubasi. Dani Olmo. Koundé shifted upfield. Ferran Torres moved on forwards. Lovely feet. De Jong, and it's lofted through here. And it's played forward. And it's Olmo. Now it's Yamal. Eric Garcia, lobbed in behind. Gets it away. And that's nice and simple for the keeper. Maybe goalless, but it is not without interest.
Yeah, the tempo is strong and the game has flair and lots of potential for me.
Martin gets over and intercepts. Martin forwards and with intent. And it's Griezmann. Lookman.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Fermin. Dani Olmo. De Jong. Koundé. De Jong. Looks to the other side. Fermin. Balde. Musso claims it, safe hands. It's gone for a throw-in. Simeone. Llorente. Get a throw-in. Llorente, he is just caressing the ball. Cleared away. And it's Koke. Koke, that's a delicate chance! Tries to get it clear.
How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
And here's Griezmann. Martin gets it clear. Balde. De Jong. Aim forwards. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Now it's Ferran Torres. De Jong. Out of play for a goal kick. That's really well manoeuvred. Griezmann. 0-0, but nevertheless a very decent game. Now it's Griezmann. Out to the left it goes. Martin. Vermin. Oh, nicely intercepted. Koke. A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. Cuts out the pass. Moved on forwards. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Played towards the other side. And it's played forward. He's got to be in here! Referee's had a good look and given a corner. That's a throw. Martin. Balde. Now it's Simeone. Well read, nice interception. Played back to the goalkeeper. Long ball by the goalkeeper. He's through here. There's the shot! That was very necessary. Oh, nice touch. And here's Alvarez. Alvarez! That was superb goalkeeping.
Alvarez is offering a wry smile there.
Ditch defending, but that'll do. Deftly away. Simeone have it back and can go again. Griezmann. Dani Olmo. Ferran Torres providing an outlet on that flank. That is lovely. Yamal. Oh, played through for the wide man. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. Cross deflected over the goal line for a corner. It's a clearance, but not much of one. Vermin. And here's Ferran Torres. And he's running through. Good challenge, excellent challenge. And the referee brings the first half to a close. It has been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. And we are up to the break. And that's the start of another 45 minutes.
Well, both sides are eager to get going. Here's hoping that it's a good sign. Things are about to change. We need a little more life in this.
Yamal. Aim forwards. Did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Koke. Llorente, and it's played forward. He's found a way through. Cross deflected behind for a corner. Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches. Lookman. Yamal, who's gone direct here. Dani Olmo. Vermin. Yamal. Barcelona couldn't do a whole lot with it there. They could do with more sharpness in their passing. And it's Baina. Baina. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Well, the ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances. And he thumps it clear. Lookman. Showing good feet. Looking for a decent ball in. Oh, that's nice. Keeps on running. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
Well, welcome to the modern game. You get hounded as soon as you get the ball. You can't take time like that.
Dani Olmo tries to thread one through, and it's Balde. Eric Garcia. And here's shapes to shoot! Baina. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Balde. Baina, gently done. Alvarez, played out towards the right wing. And that is as far as they're going to go. Eric Garcia.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
Out towards the flank. Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. Vermin. That's really well manoeuvred. Balde. Eric Garcia. Now that's well seen too. And it's Griezmann. Griezmann. Koke. Griezmann. Back into the middle. Great defending, strong and determined. Clearly not happy with that. Lookman. This might spell danger. Alvarez! Moved on forwards. Now it's Simeone. And it's Llorente. Baina, forwards and with intent. Al-Kubasi tries to clear. Lookman, can he finish? Same again, same outcome.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get the reward if they can stick at this.
Calmly anticipates. Llorente shifted upfield. Balde. Eric Garcia. Ah, such a clever touch. Hit into the middle. Oh, that's an own goal!
That can happen to anyone. It's truly, truly unlucky for him, but it's just the way it is.
Well, who saw that coming? It has certainly made things interesting.
Well, that's something you don't expect at a match like this, but I guess you have to take whatever way it comes, and very gratefully.
Lookman. And that has been knocked clear. And that's put paid to a promising move. Now it's Simeone. The pressing... Oh, he's caught him there. It's a free kick. Llorente. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. Cleared without complication.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
They're coming again and again.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
That's really well manoeuvred. That has been cut short. Eric Garcia. Fermin. And here's Dani Olmo. Yamal. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Koke. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Look, they may be one down, but they're not shying away. Time is on their side, and they're set on using it.
Well, played right into his path. And he's managed to get free. Baina. Short changes him with that pass. Well, that's beautifully... Decent chance! Oh, he did the hard part right, but fluffed the finish.
He did well then, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
De Jong plays it short. Delivered across. Clears it away. Now that's a fine challenge. Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
Al Kubasi cuts it out. Koundé. Fermin. Balde. Eric Garcia. And it's Balde. Cross goes in there. That's good play. Can he deliver? Dani Olmo. And he shoots. Hits off target and by quite a way.
Oh, what a chance. He probably had more time than he realised.
Lookman. And here's Griezmann. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Lookman. Lovely bit of skill. Koke. Spread out to the left. Very nicely done. He's got options in the box if he gets his head up. Oh, that's neat. Griezmann. Oh, it's a foul there right on the edge of the box. And the referee has given a free kick just outside the box.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
Griezmann! And that is quite wonderful! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! They have grabbed themselves an equaliser! That was beautiful, something close to genius. And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Eric Garcia is offering some sort of an apology there.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Martin getting this one clear. Yamal. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Koke. Griezmann. Moved on forwards. Bina. And it's played forward. De Jong with the clearance. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Al Kubasi, and he goes cross-field. And it's Olmo. Just a quarter of an hour to play. Eric Garcia. Over to the left. De Jong. No, it's Lewandowski! A chance to play it in. Oh, great chance! And the ball's come loose here. Oh, that is asking for trouble. And a chance! And that's a real chance missed.
Oh, looking, there's the urgency they need, and it nearly brought them a goal.
Llorente. Eric Garcia producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness.
Barcelona really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Aim forwards. Now it's Dani Olmo. Now it's Lopez. And it's De Jong. Yamal. Shot a goal! Oh, should have put that away. Throw it. Barcelona have turned to their bench, and we're going to have a substitution.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Fermin does really well to win the ball there. De Jong. Played cross-field, changing the point of attack. A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team. This pitch is go-for-it territory right now.
Yamal. Nice control. De Jong. That's going to go a long way. Forward it goes.
Barcelona clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Koke. Lookman. Griezmann looking understandably energised after his goal. That'll be a throw-in. Lookman looking to get on the end of this. Lookman! Oh, smashing header! That's really well cleared. Llorente climbs up big! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Gonzalez really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Moved on forwards. And it's Griezmann. Baina. Llorente. Chance, surely! No, not this time.
That's good play. Plenty of targets in the penalty area and plenty of movement too.
Now some movement on the bench, and we are going to see a change.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
Griezmann. Lookman. He is through here. De Jong with the challenge, and he has given away a free kick. In by Llorente. Eric Garcia.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Koke. And the referee's looking at his watch. We could be done here. Little doubt, that is a foul. Oh, that's a booking, always looked it. Koundé tries to think it through. Defending of the desperate variety. Galan. Look, and he has been fouled there. And no surprise, that's a booking. Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. Llorente. Baina. And here's Alvarez. They are right into last chance territory. Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area. Well, that looks like a final warning. Still no card. Griezmann! Oh, it's in! Late in the day, this could well be it! Oh, that is a bit special. 2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done. Having turned the game, and the referee brings it to a close. What a terrific response it was to adversity. What a fantastic game from those players. What unity, what joy. That was so very, very good. So a dramatic game decided in its very last moments.
Well, this looked like it had a draw written all over it.
So off we go then.
There's Lamine Yamal, Peter, the latest Spanish superstar. I'd like to see him get a lot of freedom on that right wing.
And is that his best position?
I'd say so, Peter. With him being left-footed, he can cut inside, but he's such an all-round threat. He has that blistering pace that he can use to beat the best defenders.
And he has been fouled there. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning. Disappointing in the end.
Well, you see what a difference it makes to have so many runners into the box. Makes life so much harder for that defence.
Griezmann plays it short. Koke. Alvarez. He's had a shot! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
They've played it short. Now it's Llorente. Can he deliver? This looks promising. Shapes to shoot! Oh, extraordinary.
Look, we've all been there. Not that it'll make him feel much better at the moment.
Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Yamal, Dani Olmo, Ferran Torres, and that could set him on his way. Now it's Yamal, bullish header! Decent attempt, but not quite good enough.
I just wonder what was on his mind there. Should have put his foot right through it.
And it's hoisted clear. And it's Lopez. De Jong. Yamal. Yamal clipped into space. Moved on forwards. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. That's a cute ball. And he tries a shot! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Griezmann goes short. Oh, what a climb! Oh, he's really drilled it.
Well, that's a cracking try. Good technique to keep it low too.
Pau Kubasi, gently done. Barcelona have reclaimed it. Balde. And here's Ferran Torres.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Dani Olmo. And here's Ferran Torres. Balde. Nice control. Dani Olmo. Eric Garcia. Alvarez. And now the breakaway. And he's managed to get free. Martin. Koke.
Barcelona look very much like they've set themselves up to absorb here. It's going to be difficult to try and find...
And the shot! And for a moment, time stood still.
You lucky boy, you lucky boy. Giving the ball away like that is usually punished.
Koundé. Barcelona.
Well, we're seeing a better spell of passing here, Peter, so we're getting some short, crisp passing and much more purpose behind it.
And they're keeping the ball.
Well, in some way, that qualifies as good defence too, doesn't it?
Ferran Torres. Dani Olmo. A real chance! A real chance and a real let-off.
Well, I can understand why his thinking was that way inclined.
Lookman. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
here's Ferran Torres.
Ferran Torres really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Oh, this looks sharp. That has been cut short. Eric Garcia. Balde. First quarter of an hour gone. 0-0 still. No lack of chances, though.
Yeah, the tempo is strong and the game has flair and lots of potential for me.
Dani Olmo really struggling to influence the game.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
Lookman. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. And that has been cleared. Big chance! Driving forward. Dani Olmo. Now it's Yamal. That's surely a foul. Free kick. Just the talking to, I think. Yes, it is. Tries to get it clear. De Jong shifted upfield. Climbs up big! Well, that is clearly not the outcome he wanted.
That's good play. Plenty of targets in the penalty area and plenty of movement too.
And it's played forward, succumbs to the pressure. And here's Ferran Torres. Yamal, that's a delicate pass. Oh, they could be caught out here. Lopez. And there's the shot! A collective sigh of relief from the defence. It's really well cleared. Yamal. Spread out to the left. Fermin. Balde tries a cross. Oh, that... Yamal! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And it's been taken short. Who's he going to play in? And it's Olmo. That looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. Yamal. Griezmann. Lookman. Yamal. He's through here. Ferran Torres. Here's the header! Didn't quite get enough on that.
You really could have done with engaging those crosses much higher up the pitch there. This isn't good defending.
Lobbed in behind. Simeone could try cutting inside here. And he's got his cross in. And it's hoisted clear. Vermin. Dani Olmo. Eric Garcia. Balde. And here's Lopez. And here's Ferran Torres. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Gets a good foot in there. Yeah, he's fouled him there. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. And he's there to clear it. And it's Balde. Oh, that's well done, really robust. Lookman. That has found him in acres of space. Very nicely done. Griezmann. Can he finish? Eric Garcia. Oh, that's a clever-looking ball. And the counter is on.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Llorente. Koke. Well read, nice interception. Eric Garcia. Played towards the other side. Yamal. Lopez. Vermin! Griezmann. Llorente. Simeone. Now he's off and running. Kunde. Kubasi. Balde. Eric Garcia. Dani Olmo. Balde. Dani Olmo. Ferran Torres, laid out to the left flank. That has been knocked clear. Eric Garcia. And it's Lopez. That is lovely. Dani Olmo. And here's Yamal. Eric Garcia. And here's Ferran Torres! Llorente, forwards and with intent. Yamal. And here's Dani Olmo. Griezmann. Now it's Dani Olmo. Now it's Yamal. Oh, nice touch. Looking for a decent ball in. That's really well manoeuvred. Lookman. 0-0, but nevertheless a very decent game. Martin gets across to intercept that. Simeone. it's Llorente. And here's Griezmann. Showing good feet. Now it's Alvarez. Oh, shooting chance! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Alvarez really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Cleared away. Out to the right. Dani Olmo does really well to win the ball there. Over to the left. Balde. Kubasi. Eric Garcia. Simeone looking to run onto it. Llorente. Lookman. Ferran Torres. Yamal. De Jong. Kubasi. Martin, aim forwards. Proves too strong. Llorente. Griezmann. Fermin. And that's been won straight back. Now it's Ferran Torres. Out to the left it goes. Llorente getting this one clear. Well, they could break here. Balde cuts out the pass. Yamal. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Dani Olmo. And it's half-time here. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. That gets things going for the second half. So the first half brought no goals. Llorente. Martin. Fermin. And here's Ferran Torres. Picks it up out wide. And it's Olmo. He's having a shot! Oh, it's come loose. And here's De Jong. And he whips in across. And that's really well manoeuvred. Oh, well measured. Now it's Alvarez. He's found the way through.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
Simeone. Yes, physical challenge. Now it's Ferran Torres. And they can counter here. Balde. Balde, gently done. And it's Olmo. Eric Garcia. And here's Ferran Torres. Takes a shot. Oh, that is very close.
Dani Olmo brilliantly took control of that, which was exactly what the situation required.
Llorente. Simeone. Fermin. Now it's Lewandowski. Lopez. Fermin looking to get on the end of this. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Oh, sweet feet. Muscular approach does pay off here. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And it's Balde. That's tidy. Eric Garcia. Yamal, and it's lofted through here. Balde. Eric Garcia. He's in a good position. It's Lewandowski! Punched away. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Played it again. He can get that clear. That's a look and place it forward. Martin. And reclaimed it in a trice. Still absolutely nothing to report here goals-wise. And here's Lewandowski! He's done very well to get to that.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
And that has been cleared. Baina. Koke. Griezmann. And it's Baina. Koundé makes the interception. Kubasi. Played cross-field, changing the point of attack. Balde. Eric Garcia. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Fermin. Eric Garcia. Now it's Lewandowski. That's an excellent interception. Moved on forwards. That's a nicely shaped ball. I have to say, that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. And it's Balde. And here's Lopez. Koundé. And here's Dani Olmo. It is still anyone's game, 0-0. Fermin. Lopez. Koke did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on.
Balde, well, they're labouring their way towards the opposition goal here, Peter, and this needs a much livelier solution.
And he's there to clear it. Lovely feet. And here's Yamal. Yamal! It's a loose ball. Tries to get it clear.
Lamine Yamal really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Searching pass he's played there. And it's played forward.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
Koundé forwards and with intent. Dani Olmo. Eric Garcia knocks it out wide. Musso, long ball by the goalkeeper. Oh, delicate chip through. Lewandowski has a go! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stops.
Almost the perfect move. Almost. The finish just wasn't quite at the same level.
Llorente. Koke. That's really well manoeuvred. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Aim forwards. Gonzalez. That's been drilled forward. Pau Kubasi gets over and intercepts. Hoisted upfield by the keeper. Calmly anticipates. Baina. Koke. Martin. Kubasi. Eric Garcia. Kubasi. Pau Kubasi, gently done. Moved on forwards. Can he spark a counter here? Lookman. Looking to break at pace. Dani Olmo. He's got options in the box if he gets his head up. Koke gets a foot in here. Barcelona are able now to make their substitution. It's been on the cards for a few moments now. Pedri. Pedri with the cross. Now it's there's the shot! It's in! Finally the breakthrough! Oh, high quality goal, lovely first touch, sumptuous second. Barcelona are in front now, the game's only goal.
Well, when the going gets tough, etc., they can still turn this round, I think.
Yamal. Now it's Lewandowski. And they'll start all over again with the goalkeeper. Great defending, strong and determined. Koundé. Yamal chooses to go cross-field. Fermin goes hurtling down that left-hand side. And he's there to clear it. Koke gets rid without sophistication. Balde puts a cross in.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Koke. Griezmann. And it's played forward.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Well timed, excellent interception. Yamal. And here's Pedri. Lopez.
Barcelona clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
Gonzalez. That's Gonzalez. A header! And that could come back to haunt them.
Lookman clearly wanted to level things up in a hurry here. It didn't quite come off for him, but top marks for the effort.
Barcelona making consecutive changes here.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Lewandowski. Decent chance! They've scored! And this is getting better and better.
Well, I don't want to be overly harsh on the defensive side of things here, Peter, but the build-up was so slick and executed with such quality, it made life just that bit too difficult for them.
So that's two now without reply.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Gonzalez providing an outlet on that flank. Gets it away. That's a throw. Moved on forwards. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Eric Garcia.
Well, they can at least make a fight of it. Even if it's just a goal, the lift it would give would be huge no matter what the end result is.
Baina, now here's the delivery. Llorente wins the duel this time. Lewandowski. And that's a real chance missed.
It's a good effort, and you can sense that they're upping the gears. This needs to be sustained now.
Lewandowski is offering some sort of an apology there.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Eric Garcia. Araujo. Pedri. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. And it's Griezmann. Now it's Baina. He's shifting through the gears here.
Araujo, yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Araujo. Fermin. Martin. Into the last 5 minutes. Yamal. Araujo. And here's Lopez. And it's Lewandowski! Decent strike, kept it fizzing low.
Well, that would have asked some awkward questions of the keeper had it stayed on target.
Aim forwards. Koke. Griezmann. Llorente. Oh, there's a probing ball. And he cuts out the supply. Koundé. Nicely intercepted. And back to the keeper they go. Koke. And it's played forward. Oh, can he get onto this? Now it's Lewandowski. Yamal. And it's Lewandowski. Lopez. And here's Lewandowski! And yet another chance goes to waste.
Barcelona really can be very happy with the way they're going about things, Peter. They'll want to capitalise on this good spell, though.
Takes a shot! More pressure on the opposition goal. Griezmann played out towards the right wing. That's a foul, no two ways about it. And it's Lopez. Fermin. Araujo. Yamal. Do have a chance to counter here. Bina. So that's it. It is all over. Well, that's a tough one. Losing is never good, but this one feels especially hard to take. Not a lot that went glaringly wrong, but the result is one that will make them suffer. Your final thoughts, Jim?
I suppose they might admit to not having the best 90 minutes of possession with the ball, but they were harried continually by a team that seemed to want it that bit more.
And we're underway. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Some of the greatest to have played the game have described Frenkie de Jong as a player who can define an era. The way he holds on to the ball, absorbs pressure, creates space. There is much more than a passing resemblance to some of the former greats.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. Dani Olmo. Dani Olmo proves just a little bit too strong. De Jong. Koundé. De Jong. Yamal. Koundé. Dani Olmo. And here's Ferran Torres. Llorente. And it's played forward. Lookman. Yamal, that's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Fermin. Balde. The pressing's intense, and it's played off. Koke. And here's Griezmann. Now it's Griezmann. It's a loose ball. That's a... This time, surely! Oh, he's really drilled it.
Well, that would have asked some awkward questions of the keeper had it stayed on target.
Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Dani Olmo, and here's Ferran Torres.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Oh, nicely intercepted. That's really well manoeuvred. Ferran Torres. And it's Lopez. And here's Ferran Torres. And now the breakaway. Simeone. Oh, he's found support out wide. Clearly not happy with that. Eric Garcia. Koundé, aim forwards. Dani Olmo. Yamal. Fermin.
Barcelona are playing very deep here. They seem happy to let their opponents have the ball. They're not bothered.
Eric Garcia. And it's Olmo. And he thumps it clear. Barcelona just doing what they're good at. Possession-based football. It's lovely.
Nice to watch. Yeah, it's all about passing in little intricate triangles, trying to force a few of their opponents out of position and then exploit the space.
Fermin. Dani Olmo, Ferran Torres. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start.
Ferran Torres! That's going to go a long way. Yamal. Excellent. Well, he's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. Firmly met. Griezmann played out to the left flank. And it's Olmo. And here's Ferran Torres. Lopez. And he's what? Yamal! Goal! Barcelona! The breakthrough strike.
Barcelona, the danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision. They need to sharpen up or it's going to happen again.
Barcelona have broken through. It's 1-0.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Has a look and plays it forward. Koundé gets over and intercepts. Kubasi. Martin moved on forwards. Koundé. Out to the left it goes. Fermin chasing after it. Fermin. Dani Olmo. Eric Garcia. Martin. Pau Kubasi shifted upfield. Alvarez. And it's Griezmann. He's free, he has... Oh, what a climb! Martin gets good distance on it. Oh, it's come loose. Llorente. Dani Olmo. Yamal. Over to the left. Moved on forwards. Griezmann was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Yamal. And here's Ferran Torres. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Simeone. Oh, some tackle that. Eric Garcia with the challenge, and he has given away a free kick. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning. Llorente with the foul. And he's going to have his name taken. Griezmann. Koundé makes the interception. Yamal. Now it's Ferran Torres. Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested. Great defending, strong and determined. Yamal. And it's Olmo. And here's Ferran Torres!
Ferran Torres really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Aim forwards. Griezmann, now he's off and running. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Balde. Dani Olmo. Fermin. Now it's Ferran Torres. Now it's Yamal. Yamal chooses to go cross-field. Balde. And here's Lopez. And here's Dani Olmo. And they win it back again. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is. Dani Olmo! And how good was that? About as smooth as it gets. 2 up now, and they are cruising. A true beauty of a goal, so brilliantly executed. Barcelona are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established. They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Yamal, Ferran Torres. The referee's awarded a free kick. Llorente getting this one clear. And here's Ferran Torres. De Jong played with finesse. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
And it's played forward. Griezmann. Lookman. De Jong did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Eric Garcia. Kubasi. Koundé. De Jong. Kubasi. Martin. Yamal. Dani Olmo. That's really well manoeuvred. That has been cut short. Yamal. And here's Lovermin! Denied by an instinctive save.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Llorente shifted upfield. And it's Llorente. Llorente played into space out wide. Cross deflected behind for a corner. And that's going to be a goal kick. Griezmann aim forwards. De Jong. Dani Olmo played back in, calmly anticipates. Moved on forwards. Approaching half-time and still behind. Can they make something happen now? Eric Garcia does really well to win the ball there. Yamal. De Jong, and played cross-field, changing the point of attack. He's had a shot! And it's played forward. So what can they make of this? Griezmann forwards and with intent. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Yamal, and he goes cross-field. And it's Olmo. Thinks about the shot. And here's Yamal. Yamal spread out to the left. He's dealt with that well. Barcelona have reclaimed it. Llorente. Griezmann. Aim forwards. Lookman looking to get on the end of this. Eric Garcia. And here's Alvarez. Alvarez! Dani Olmo. He ran himself into trouble there, free kick given away. Simeone played out towards the right wing. Great challenge, timed to perfection. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. He's shifting through the gears here. It's an inviting looking ball, that. Eric Garcia. De Jong. Koundé. Kubasi. That's really well manoeuvred. And there is the half-time whistle. That's the first half compared with your expectations.
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter.
And we're underway again.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it, try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
Martin cuts it out. Yamal. Alvarez. Griezmann. Now then, the ball's come loose. Lookman. Cleared without complication. Llorente. Baina. Llorente. Now that's well seen too. Yamal. Now it's Yamal, and it's been played through. Eric Garcia. Yamal shifted upfield. Ferran Torres! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Ferran Torres is offering a wry smile there.
That's not going far. Eric Garcia. De Jong. De Jong. In it comes.
Well, that might be the first time they've gone long, Peter. They've clearly been told to try something different.
Llorente. Llorente, gently done. And that has been cleared. And reclaimed it in a trice. And that's a foul. Simple decision for the referee. Alvarez. Lookman. Lookman going full steam ahead down the left flank. Oh, that's nice. Referee's given a throw. Dani Olmo. Now it's Yamal. Here's Ferran Torres. And it's Olmo. Ferran Torres! Musso trying to keep this in. Shot, surely! Moved on forwards. Llorente, and it's played forward. Alvarez, Baina, and it's lofted through here. Danger averted for now. Cross deflected over the goal line for a corner. Dani Olmo.
There's no doubt it's a long way back, but they can at least give us something to believe the gap might be closed.
And again, they run up against stubborn defending. And here's Griezmann. It's Griezmann! It's a goal! And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
We have got ourselves a game here.
The manager must have given them an earful at half-time, and fair play, because it seems to have worked. They've got to kick on from here now.
Well timed, excellent interception. Dani Olmo played out to the left flank, and he's picked out the run. Now it's tries a shot! Koke. Llorente, aim forwards. Baina, shifted upfield. He's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Fermin, and it's Balde.
Barcelona are probably looking to run the clock down now. They clearly feel that the job is done.
Unlike their opponents, who have to do precisely the opposite, and time is running out on them. Simeone do have a chance to counter here. Yamal. Now it's Dani Olmo. Oh, Red, nice interception. Koke.
Right here, right now, it's not looking favourable. They're chasing the ball and the game.
De Jong. Martin. Kubasi. Martin. Kubasi. Eric Garcia. And for a moment, time stood still.
Modern football for you. You get zero time to think on the ball. Take too long, and that happens. It gets pinched.
Now it's Lopez. Baina. Griezmann. Koke. Lookman.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Llorente, and he's got his cross in. Al-Kubasi getting this one clear. Now it's Simeone. And it's Baina. Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. Well, he can't say now that he hasn't been warned.
I don't think you need to be an expert lip reader to know what's being said here.
Tries to get it clear. And he's there to get it away. Llorente, and here's Baina. Now it's Gonzalez. Llorente, nice control. And here's Gonzalez. He's being takes a shot.
Alvarez really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
And here's Gonzalez. Fermin wins the duel this time. Not the most accurate pass. Moved on forwards. De Jong played over towards the opposite flank. Lobbed in behind. He's in here! Easy enough for the goalkeeper. Gonzalez, excellent challenge there, uncompromising. And it's Lopez. Dani Olmo looking understandably energised after his goal. They're trying everything to subdue him here.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee's patience from here.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Dani Olmo! A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
He's a lucky boy there. You lose the ball like that, and usually you're going to get punished.
Llorente, gently done. Gonzalez, probing pass. Oh, they could be caught out here. De Jong. Martin. Griezmann. Lookman. And the finish! And the lead stays intact, just.
That was so poor, a very decent chance, and the disappointment is all too obvious.
Martin. Al-Kubasi forwards and with intent. Griezmann looking for a runner. Can he latch on to this? Koundé gets it clear. Baina's cross. Well read. And the danger is averted.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Now it's Alvarez. And it's Griezmann. That's tidy. Time to deliver. Now it's Griezmann. Out to the left it goes.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Ferran Torres. Great defending, strong and determined. And it's Olmo. And he welcomes it in, and they can counter here. Lookman, chance! So now we're going to get those changes we have been expecting.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing.
Up he goes! Harmlessly behind. Yamal, good purposeful running this. Yamal's cross. Oh, that's not going to find its target.
Barcelona surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
That has found him in acres of space. Deftly away. Out of play for a throw. Llorente with the cross.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Dani Olmo. Now it's Yamal. He has found a way through.
Barcelona clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
Koke. And it's Olmo. And here's Dani Olmo.
Barcelona can really think about the precious seconds that took off the clock. No need to overly commit now.
Proves too strong. Koundé. Martin. Dani Olmo. Fermin gently done. It's a pretty loose pass. Balde tries to dink it through.
Barcelona really wanted that two-goal cushion, but it wasn't to be. Still, they should be able to see it out from here.
That's really well manoeuvred. Tries a measured ball. Lookman.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
And here's Alvarez. Martin does really well to win the ball there. Yamal spread out to the left. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Oh, that's a nice ball.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Fermin. Muscular approach does pay off here. And the whistler's gone for a reckless challenge there. And no surprise, that's a booking. Lookman shifted upfield. Confirmation that there will be 2-minute stoppage time. Balde forwards and with intent. And that could set him on his way. And that was very necessary. A couple of changes then in quick succession.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
And that's a good... And a chance! Oh, it's come loose. Cross goes in there. And that's that. A game of margins, of thrills, the sort of game that is a great advertisement for our sport. Sad in a way that somebody had to lose. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
It can be difficult at times playing in front of your own fans if you're not living up to the expectations. And I think with confidence looking a little fragile at the moment, they were playing not to lose more than trying to win. And I think everything was just a letdown because of that.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. It is a monster matchup, Jim Beglin.
Well,
it's a mighty effort! Didn't quite get enough on that.
Barcelona. Well, the manager clearly has to react to this and tactically change what's happening. It's too easy for them to get in.
That's a little off target. That's really well manoeuvred. It's an inviting looking ball, that. Dani Olmo did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Eric Garcia. De Jong. Yamal. Koke does really well to win the ball there. Can he spark a counter here? Griezmann. Great run on the overlap here. Oh, that's overhit. Fermin looking for a runner. Cross deflected behind for a corner. Now it's Simeone, and he's managed to get free. Griezmann chasing after it. Well timed, excellent interception. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Now it's Ferran Torres. Moved on forwards. Now it's Alvarez. It's been slipped through. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
It's been a pretty frantic start. A lot of front foot pressing. De Jong. Can he get onto this? Now it's Ferran Torres.
Fermin actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Martin.
Well, I'm starting to see much more movement off the ball now, Peter, which is obviously a big plus.
And surely more options then for the man on the ball.
Well, you would think so, and I think also we're going to see them just wear their opposition down and force mistakes. They can be quite relentless. Simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Dani Olmo! Dani Olmo! That was superb goalkeeping.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Koke. Still goalless at the moment. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. And here's Alvarez. Yamal. Eric Garcia. Out to the left it goes. Nice control. The referee's awarded a free kick. Changes him with that pass. And here's Alvarez. Out to the right. Simeone. Al-Kubasi gets it away. Smashing header! Same again, same outcome.
They're just unrelenting, Peter. Wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Aim forwards. Lookman, Griezmann, that has sent him sprawling. Now who's going to be first to this? And it's Llorente. And it's played forward. Dani Olmo.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
Whistle's gone, that's a foul. And here's Alvarez. Can he finish? Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Alvarez clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Koke. Moved on forwards. Oh, good spread. And it's Llorente. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. He's going all the way! A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. A chance to play it in. Played out to the right. And here's Alvarez. It's Griezmann! And that certainly packed a punch. Balde. Muscular approach does pay off here. Llorente. Coque. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Dani Olmo. Fermin. 0-0, but nevertheless a very decent game. Dani Olmo. Yamal. Dani Olmo. That's a nicely shaped ball. No, that's not going to find its target. Coque. Over to the left. Lookman. Alvarez, laid out to the left flank. Griezmann knocks it out wide. That's a throw. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. And here's Alvarez. Oh, good spread. In by Llorente. Al Kubasi tries to clear. And now the breakaway. And there's green grass ahead of him. Now it's Lopez. He's found a way through. Not the worst cross in the world, but still room for improvement. Out to the right. Simeone. Simeone's cross. And that's been well dealt with. Griezmann is fouled.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. Gets it away. Lofted in. And that's nice and simple for the keeper. Fermin. Balde. Eric Garcia. Eric Garcia forwards and with intent. Now it's Yamal. It's run loose here. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. And that's the start of another 45 minutes. So the first half brought no goals. Fermin going full steam ahead down the left flank. Eric Garcia. Balde. And he's picked it up out wide. And here's Lopez. Griezmann. Lewandowski! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Lewandowski is offering a wry smile there.
So here comes the substitution. That's really well manoeuvred. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. It's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Griezmann. Has a look and plays it forward. Great defending, strong and determined. Dealt with nicely by the defence. De Jong. Kubasi. Martin shifted upfield. Simeone is the guilty party there. And it's Balde. Oh, it's come loose. Now it's Simeone. Koke. Calmly anticipates. Eric Garcia. Kubasi. Martin. De Jong. De Jong chooses to go cross-field. Dani Olmo. And here's Lewandowski. And here's Lewandowski. Lewandowski spread out to the left. And he shoots! Really well taken goal. First blood drawn. No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
So we have our breakthrough.
Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off beautifully.
Martin cuts it out. Llorente, aim forwards. Balde gets across to intercept that. Pau Kubasi, gently done. Yamal looks to the other side. Fermin goes pelting down that left-hand side. Lopez with the cross. And that was very necessary. De Jong. Clearly not happy with that. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, there'll be no accusations of a lack of effort. They're giving as good as they get when it comes to chances.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. De Jong. The pressing. Dani Olmo has been caught there, it's a foul. And it's Olmo. Dani Olmo! Lookman gets it away. De Jong. Lopez. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Dani Olmo. Baina. Moved on forwards. And it's De Jong. Played back in. And here's Dani Olmo. And he has been fouled there. Dani Olmo! Oh, looks like he's been taken out there. Delivered across. Oh, great header! And he's there to clear it. And it's played forward. Baina. It's a quick ball upfield. Pau Kubasi cuts out the pass. De Jong. Martin, forwards and with intent.
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
Yamal. He's on it. Can he get away? Out to the left it goes. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. Balde, some resolute defending there. And here's Dani Olmo. Turns and goes back. Now it's Alvarez. Balde, who's set up one goal so far. Eric Garcia. Now then, the ball's come loose. Levin. And the finish! They've done it! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now.
Barcelona. Look, that was a technical interaction of great football. That has gone down a treat.
Barcelona are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, with this kind of authority, Peter, why not push on and totally kill this off?
Koke. That's really well manoeuvred. And here's Alvarez. Played out wide. Well, the less said about that pass, the better. Well, the referee's pulled play back and has booked him for the original offence. That has been cut short. Koke. And here's Alvarez. And it's Baina. Baina. Eric Gus. Yeah, he's fouled him there. Well, he's playing innocent. He has every reason to. No hesitation, he's straight into his pocket. It's a second yellow card, and he walks. Well, the players are making their point, but the ref clearly isn't interested. He's waved them all away. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men.
Well, what goes through a player's head at times like that is a mystery to me.
Lookman. He's got options in the box if he gets his head up. Played in with purpose. Fermin with the clearance. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Baina. Well, we expected better, and so did he. Alvarez, chance for a shot! Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal then.
And he's heaved it away. Balde gets over and intercepts. Yamal. Aim forwards. Lookman. Oh, delicate chip through. Alvarez! Oh, that is asking for trouble. And that has been cleared. Fermin. Martin. Balde. Strong running down that left flank. Gonzalez wins the duel this time. And it's Griezmann. Fermin. Balde. Yamal given the lift of his goal. Gonzalez do have a chance to counter here. Baina, gently done. Lookman! He's done very well to get to that.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches. Two changes being made right now. Oh, what a climb! Harmlessly behind. So there's going to be another change here.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
Now it's Solot. And here's Alvarez. Now it's Baina. Played out to the right. Gonzalez gets a foot in here. Keeper's got good distance on that. Solot. Baina. And here's Alvarez. Alvarez played out towards the right wing. Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. And that's going to be a booking. Well, the protest continues, but in the end they are defending the indefensible. Chance! Fair effort, he reacted well.
Well, you see what a difference it makes to have so many runners into the box. Makes life so much harder for that defence.
And it's Lewandowski. And here's Pedri. That's a good ball. Lewandowski. Musso gets his hands on it. And that is that. In the end then, no joy. Not for the want of trying, not for the want of running. Simply, they were beaten by a better team on the day. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
It's a poor result. They offered very little goal threat, and it's the kind of unproductive performance that can drain confidence pretty quickly. At the business end, they just can't close a deal.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening.